Welcome back. In this video we will walk through a straightforward Python program. In the beginning I will give you an overview of what I plan to cover, then I will switch over to Python idle editor, walk you through the script and then run the program in Python shell. At the end, if you've enjoyed this video, please consider liking, sharing and subscribing. Now let's begin. For this Python program, the purpose is to develop a program that performs the Fibonacci sequence using Python's for loop structure. The for loop structure explicitly uses a loop counter. The initial value and the final value of the loop counter are specified. The for loop is the most useful when the number of times that the loop is carried out is known in advance. On every iteration, the loop counter is automatically increment. The last time through the loop counter reaches its final value and the loop terminates. The for loop is similar to the while loop in that the condition is evaluated before carrying out the operations in the repeat loop. In Python, the simple use of the for statement uses function range. The first, last, and the increment values of the loop counter are specified. The last value specified is not really included in one of the values of the loop counter. The increment is optional. If not included, its value is 1. Using the for loop construct of the repetition structure, the algorithm for the summation of input data can be defined in a relatively straightforward manner. The number of data inputs from the input device is included at the beginning of the algorithm. The input value is added to the variable sum only if the value entered is greater than 0. The Fibonacci sequence is a set of integers that starts with a 0, followed by a 1, then by another 1, and then followed up by a series of progressively increasing numbers. The sequence follows the rule that each number is equal to the sum of the preceding two numbers. The Fibonacci sequence is named for Leonardo Pisano, also known as Fibonacci, an Italian mathematician who lived from 1170 to 1250. Fibonacci considered the sequence to be an answer to the following question: how many pairs of rabbits will be produced in a year, beginning with a single pair, if in every month each pair has a new pair which becomes productive from the second month on? The result can be expressed numerically as 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, and so on. Now, let's open up the Python idle editor and develop a program that performs the Fibonacci sequence using Python's for loop structure. First, start out by putting identification information for the Python file enclosed by 3 quotations. For the program file name, let's title it Fibonacci.py. Then the author information, and for that, I'll put my name Lewis. Next the date, which is August 26, 2022, and lastly I'll put a short description of the program. This program performs the Fibonacci sequence using a for loop. First, to find the Fibonacci value of variable n, we need an input statement. Type n equals int, open parenthesis, input, open parenthesis, quotation, the statement, enter the value of n, colon, close quotation, close the parenthesis twice as there are 2 preceding opening parentheses, then press enter. Since the number to be input is an integer, therefore we define the data type as int. The data type int, for integer, is a whole number, positive or negative, without decimals of unlimited length. The input statement reads a value of a variable from the input device, in this case, the keyboard. This will display the string literal enter the value of n. Next, let's work on our Fibonacci function that will use the for loop. Type def fib, open parenthesis, n, close parenthesis, colon, and press enter. Now we will type a short description of what the function executes. Start out by typing 3 quotation marks followed by the description that says this function performs the Fibonacci sequence, press enter and close with 3 quotation marks, then press enter again. Next, we will set a equal to 0, press enter and set b equal to 1 and press enter again. Prior to the for loop, we need an if statement. Type if n double equals 1, colon, and press enter. If n equals 1, then we want a to print. Therefore type print, open parenthesis, a, close parenthesis and press enter. Now it's time for the else statement. Type else, colon, press enter and type print, open parenthesis, a, close parenthesis and press enter. We also want to print b, therefore type print, open parenthesis, b, close parenthesis, and press enter. The print function prints the specified message to the screen, or other standard output device. The message can be a string, or any other object. The object will be converted into a string before being written to the screen. Now, it's time to define the for loop. Type for I in range, open parenthesis, 2, n, close parenthesis, colon, and press enter. Next, it's time to input the Fibonacci formula. The sequence will follow the rule that each number is equal to the sum of the preceding two numbers. Therefore, type C equals A plus B, press enter. Then type A equals B, press enter. Then type B equals C, and press enter. Now we need to print C by typing print, open parenthesis, C, close parenthesis, and press enter. To call this function when we enter the value of variable n after running the module, type fib, open parenthesis, n, close parenthesis. Now, let's run the module and confirm our Fibonacci for loop is executing as expected. In the Python idle editor header, click Run, then click Run Module. After the idle shell opens, let's input 10 for the value of n. As expected, based on the code we input, the Fibonacci sequence calculates as 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, and 34. Thank you for watching my video. If you've enjoyed this video and found it informative, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing. Please hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload videos to YouTube. I'll see you next week with a new Python video. Until next time, take care.